Hey guys, today we're gonna be making a rarity system like, let's say like infinite rarities and, um, like Sword Factory X, that kind of stuff. Um, because I was always interested about how to do it, and, um, you know, pretty sure there's other people that are as well, so, might as well spread the knowledge, because I don't really see any tutorials out there, and rather as many people possibility to understand and create. Um, a system like this for their game if they want to. Um, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna be creating modules in a our server storage area. We're gonna make two things called Rarity and Rarity Service, or Rarities and Rarity Service. You can name these whatever. If you want, doesn't have to exactly be uh, Rarities and Rarity Service. And then in before we do this, actually, just for simplicity, I'm gonna be returning a table in this, and the way this table is going to be formatted, as such, I'm going to actually pull some rarities. I'm going to pull some rarities over here real quick for sake of time. Um, so let's just pull these. These are not really rarities; they're minerals, but you know, same same concept. So the way this is working is it's formatted, obviously the name of the rarity or item, whatever you really want. Doesn't have to necessarily be a rarity. And then the numerator, which is one. It's always going to be one. This example. So um, one, 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 one. Always make sure it's one. And then we have the denominator. So in this case, it's incrementing times 6 every time. So 1, 6, 36, 216, 1296, 7776, and so on and so forth. Um, it's for games with like a lot of rarities. I find this to be pretty pretty good number to increment off of. And obviously, making your own game, you'll have to like fine tune and tweak the numbers and figure out what works best for you. But I tend to use this number and it works pretty good for me. So yeah, you can add numbers. I'll pull the whole list from my game, and you can see how big the numbers are. Um, yeah, this is how big this table is, and it's not even uh, as big as it's capable of. Roblox is capable of, I think it's handling alone 1e, like 1e plus 308, for scientific notation. So uh, it's pretty capable of handling stuff. So as if you need to go that high, you can go that high, and then obviously there's modules out there, um, like infinite math, that you can use to go even higher than that. Um, so but yeah, we're just gonna use this table for now. It covers a good bit of stuff. So the way we're gonna start this off, we're gonna create a function called choose index. And then in this function, we're gonna create a like these two variables called rarity table and luck. Uh, Rarity table is gonna be the table that we're pulling, so we're gonna be requiring this table in our server script, uh, and then passing this data through to this. And then our luck is going to be our modifier that usually a player would have, but we're just going to set like a static number for this reference because I don't feel like creating a full on like data store or just leader stats in general. Doesn't take long, but you know, not really feeling like doing that. So we're gonna be creating this. So we're gonna create a variable called new rarity array, because the way this rarity system works, so when you start out, you have person one luck, and when you like level up or however your luck modifier works in your game, when you say you hit 2 luck, then this value basically gets removed from the table. So what we're doing is we're taking new rarity array and we're filling this up with the new values. So if whenever this value is called, it'll make sure that the newest values are added and whatever needs to be removed is removed, so you don't get stuff that you shouldn't be getting through the array, if that makes sense. Um, Obviously, you guys can ask me comments in the or questions in the comments. If you do anything or do need anything regarding this, because it can be a little bit hard to understand, depending on how technical you are. But if you have some experience within programming, it should be relatively easy to understand. Um, so if you guys have made a rarity system before, this is probably going to be familiar for some of this because it's going to be kind of like a weighted rarity system, which which in a sense it is a weighted rarity system. I mean, it really is, but you know, it's just a little bit more um, in depth than regular a regular just rarity system. So now we're going to be creating a for loop. Uh, this is going to loop through the input, um, which is rarity table, and then we're going to be extracting the weight of the current rarity. So we're going to be getting that from uh, looping through this and then pulling rarity of 2. So pulling the second value out of rarity. So we're going to be pulling 2. So this would be 1, this would be 6, 36, 216, 1, like all that. And after that, we're going to be creating a variable called new weight. And the new weight is going to be weight minus luck. So this is how this kicks in. So if we have 3 luck, then this will become 0. This will become 0. This will become 3. This will become 33. Yeah. So that if that makes sense. And after that, we're going to be putting a check in. So if the new weight is less than 1, then we're going to be continuing because we don't want to add that value to new rarity array. So we're going to be skipping that iteration, just so we don't have stuff in there that we want. And now we're going to be converting this to a fraction. So we're going to be doing this by we're just basically going to be it's just calculating a fraction with which is like the inverse of the new weight. So we're just going to be doing this. It's really simple. Do 1 divided by new weight. Yes, I know. Crazy math. Then we're going to be incrementing the total weight by the fraction. So we're going to do total weight and then plus equals fraction. So then we added whatever this fraction is. So it'd be like 1/6 plus the total weight. So 1 out of 1 plus 1/6 plus 1/36 and so on. And then after this, we're gonna be adding the new and improved rarity table, all the new information and the name and all that stuff into that, and setting the value of it to the fraction. So now, if we had like 3 luck, we would not have coal. We would not have coal in there, but we would have iron. But iron would be set to 1/3 instead of 1/6. Basically, letting it where you can get making it where you can get higher rarities and not get stuck on really random numbers. So now we're gonna be creating a new variable, random number generator, and then we're gonna be creating let's just call it R&D, and we're gonna do random colon next number, and we can call 0, and then 0 between the total weight. and this is going to be generating a random number within the range of 0 and crazy. I don't know. I think I'm chilling. I'm just like going schizo. Sorry. Uh, and we're just going to be generating a random number between that range. So we're going to create just a holder variable called this, and then we're going to call it col. Okay. Because that's just the, we'll say, default rarity. And now we're going to be, these are just some variables. I'll explain what they do before, uh, uh, like after I'm done writing them out, because I'd rather not drag this out. So the accumulated weight, like, why do we have that when we have total weight? This is to keep track of the current like cumulative weight that we have. And like, it's basically just checking. It's basically just checking like what is what can be like picked since. Um, so we're gonna be creating another for loop with new rarity array and doing that. So this is where we're gonna call accumulated weight. We're gonna increment this by rarity. Rarity 1. Since you might be asking like, why are we doing rarity of 1 instead of rarity 2? It's because we have a fraction in this table instead of two numbers. So instead of just being purely or instead of having a numerator and a denominator, it's just this, like that, instead of like a numerator and a denominator. So that's why that's different. And then we're gonna be checking if like random is less than or equal to accumulated weight, then selected rarity equals index, and we're gonna break out of this. And after that, we're just gonna return selected rarity. So if the accumulated, like if the random number falls within the accumulated range, then it's going to be selecting the current rarity and breaking the loop. So that's what that means. Nothing too crazy. Not like groundbreaking. So yeah. And in here we're gonna just require. We're gonna call rarities, and we're gonna require, and then apply this, and we're gonna call rarity service or 2 for I equals 1. And then we'll do index equals rarity service dot use index, and then we're gonna call it for rarities, and then for our luck we'll just input like a, for right now our luck will be say our luck is 1, and then we will print we'll print index, or we'll say print code. Oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry about that. Probably should probably should add that. Sorry. Okay. So here, as we see, a lot of iron and copper. Iron and copper. But no coal. No coal because it subtracted the luck. Copper, iron, iron, copper, silver. Get any gold? We got 3 gold. So let's see. We set this to 0. With no luck, we're so unlucky. Coal, coal a bunch of times. And what's next? Coal, iron, and silver, gold, gold, copper. How many coppers did we get? Copper. As you can see, that's functional, and then we're gonna increase our luck to like 1297, like one above the rarity for let's not typos, which is one above the rarity of gold. So gold is 1296, so it should be returning yeah, like diamond, emerald, platinum, ruby, high values instead of just the regular like this stuff. So as you can see, functional rarity system, very simple, not a lot of code. Obviously you can change this to like fit your game and change it, and then you can have like the local, like the luck running off of player data, however you have your stuff set up. But I mean that's really it. It's not a lot to it. Um, a lot of the other stuff just comes with how your game, so you gotta just kind of make your game, and then obviously if this is like the core focus of your game, just balance this out well. And I mean that's pretty much it. I do apologize for the poor tutorial, I guess. I don't really record videos a lot, so not exactly the best at doing this or commentating over this and trying to code while doing it. But if you guys are interested in um, further videos regarding programming with systems like this or any system in general, just make a request and I'd be willing to record a video and post it out here for you guys. Because I know there's some stuff, especially on Roblox, that people want to figure out, but maybe they haven't yet, or maybe they just need as like second input on it to help them speed up their process. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you did, just wanted to post this out here for you guys. But anyway, guys, if you guys could like comment or subscribe, that'd be nice. Don't really care that much though. Just really doing this for the sake of giving information to people. Anyway, hope you guys have a good night, day. If I do record another tutorial, it won't be at 1:40 in the morning. So yeah. See you.